Hello, welcome back, and yeah, we are starting a new game. Just a quick one. Only going to take probably about an hour to get through this, if I remember the playthrough before. I haven't played it in a while. Yeah, basically, we for anyone who's joining at this point, finished the game I was playing, Carrier for Dreamcast. So now, hopefully, this is going to work. Yeah, screen is black at the moment. Decided to just pick up a game that I can finish off in a short space of time. So we've gone with Streets of Rage 2 for the Mega Drive. Now I hope this works properly because I've only got the European version, not the American version. So I don't know if there's going to be problems with the frame rate. Be good if you use the right button to unpause it. So I think the game's going to try and run at 50 FPS, even though the stream is running at 60. So, hopefully that audio is loud enough. Yeah, that should do. Yeah, let's just jump into the game. It's been a long time since I played it. Yeah, just play on normal difficulty. As I say, I haven't played in a long time, so hopefully this will be a fun playthrough. Yeah, people talk about violence in games. Can't quite beat these good old ones. Oh yeah, this game still has one of the best game soundtracks ever. Give me one moment. It's a little bit loud in my ears. As much as I love the music in this game, it's as much as I love the music for these games, it was quite loud there. Yeah, they don't really make games like these much these days. I haven't played Streets of Rage 4. It's on my list to get at some point, but it kind of annoyed me when they didn't keep the aesthetic of the original games. Because I absolutely love good old pixel art games. Good old muscle memory still comes back to this game. The question is, can I actually beat the game in one sitting? Ah yeah, floor snacks. Bin chicken. And I love the sound effects as well, because they've really got some good noises for the impacts like that. The pipe. It doesn't sound like someone being hit by an actual pipe, but by heck does it make it feel like you're whacking someone with something very, very heavy. Not at all an exploit here. yeah, considering how quickly this game was made as well, from what I remember, this game came out barely a year after the original. So, I mean, games did have faster development back in the 90s compared to today. I mean these days, games easily take 3 to 5 years to make, but the fact that this game was made in like a year. It's an amazing achievement. When you compare the original game side by side with this one, you'd think they're running on completely different hardware. Because this game is such an improvement, and there's the only thing that the original game does better than this is the fact that there's multiple endings. The second ending you can only get if you're playing multiplayer. Because what you have to do is you play in 2-player, and at the very end you get an option of whether you're going to join Mr. X or not. Now normally you'd pick no, but if you pick yes to join him, if you both pick yes to join him, or if you pick yes to join him when you're in single player, he literally just drops you to the beginning of 2 stages before, and then you have to play the game all over again, which is an utter nightmare. And you can just end up in a complete loop doing that. But if you're in 2-player and you both pick opposite, and the one who chose to side with Mr. X wins the fight, you get to choose a second time. Either way, you get to choose a second time. But if you chose to side with him and you win the fight, and he asks you again, you say you're not going to, he then fights you, and the consequence of that is you actually take over, and it gives you the bad ending. Darn it, I didn't get the chicken. That's the first stage. I still got it. Oh yeah, this stage. One of the annoying ones. typing immediately. Yep, I think that's the... Yep. Okay, now for some reason climb the back of the truck. Oh yeah, I hated these enemies back in the day. Bust our way through the front of the truck. One of the tricks that I learned a long time ago is if an enemy throws you, press up or hold up and jump at the same time and you'll actually land it. Okay. Right, time for Jet, the boss of this. This boss is an annoying one. Done it. Never quite get the timing right to catch that. Yeah, just do it this way. Done it. Got him. Ooh! I got close to losing life. Maybe I'm a bit rustier than I thought I was. Yeah, it's easy to forget about how quick the loading screens for this is. One thing I always got weirdly about this area is the fact that the foreground moves so slowly. It's a very weird perspective illusion. I do somewhat miss some of the upgraded combat stuff they did for Streets Race 3. I really don't enjoy Streets Race 3 at all. Overall, I don't think the game is as good. It's the combat just doesn't feel quite right. Partly because I think the sound effects weren't as good. I know there's some argument about the music, and it was the same guy who did the music for both games, and because the themes of the third game were very much about robots and things, he wanted the music to sound almost non-human. And he certainly succeeded at that. But I don't think it worked very well from an audio aesthetics perspective. Oh, I hate those guys. Throws at me. Ow. I certainly respect the guy for trying something different. But yeah, this game was just such an achievement. It was very difficult for them to kind of follow it. And considering how much of an upgrade it was from the original game, as I say. Oh, something. Ow. It's very difficult for them to be able to make a Streets Race 3 that actually improved on the game as much as the first game, or as much as the second game improved on the second game. It's kind of like a really tall order. And the cut content as well was really quite unfortunate. These guys with the swords are really annoying. Ow. Yeah, they learned so much about how to use a Mega Drive making the first game. They weren't able to really incorporate the things that they learnt properly into it, so they took everything and put it into this game. Ow. Oh, I'm running low on life. Oh, first life lost. You little cow. Right. I mean, a lot of early Mega Drive games are very weird in how... Oh, I forgot those things explode. Yeah, a lot of early Mega Drive games don't show off what the system was capable of doing. But later Mega Drive games really did. Blimey, I've lost half health already. Yeah, I'd forgotten how annoying the foreground is in this level. I mean, the smog effect, it really doesn't work too well as the fully pixelated mode, but on a CRT screen that looked amazing. This stage really did make me wonder what the heck they were smoking. Because, I mean, this is almost Giga-esque. The design of everything. Right. Well, it's this thing. Okay, sword's gone now. Ow. Right, and now for the boss. I'm probably going to lose another life. life as well. Oh no, there's more. I really hate these ninja guys. Can I beat this guy without losing another life? And he just stands there and takes a hit. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, those swords are just broken. How much damage they do. Yeah, there's stage 3 done. As I say, let's see if I can actually beat the game on this run. Considering how many lives I've gained, this is probably one of my favourite pieces of music in this game. Oh, the whoosh sound of the pipe was not playing for some reason. Oh, gah. Oh, I'm too far out to pick up the pipe again. Oh well. Throw some nice knives at him. As I said, it's like Boo. Ow. I'm nearly dead. Ow. One more good hit on him should take him down. There we go. Now into the stadium. A lot of these games never really made a lot of sense for how the levels all tied together, but didn't really need them to. One thing I've never known is how to actually activate that second kick, because normally he does only one, and it's almost random how he decides which one he's going to use. Never been able to figure that out. Right, we've got the big guys coming soon. Fire-breathing large guys. They're probably rather inappropriate by today's standards. Come on. Ow. Come on, ladies. Oh, and get back the life that I lost. Still taking some damage. Repeated swing bash, swing bash, swing bash. Oh. Big Ben. That giggle that they recorded for him. Well, I'm probably going to lose another life now. So now we go underground to the the underground fighting pits. See how long I can last down here. How many people can you hit with one punch? Oh. Just a tiny slap. Ow. Okay, now take on a character who is basically the ultimate warrior. In a pit fight. This guy is annoying, Abadid as he's known. Well, I'm lucky. I might be able to just... Okay, I trivialised that. I was not expecting to make that easy. Yeah, getting the timing right on the charge, because if that charge hits, that does a lot of damage. And now we're onto a boat. Yeah, another change that they made for Streets of Rage 3 was if you grab an enemy into a hold while carrying a weapon, you don't immediately drop it. Yeah, this is going to be easy. He's going to do the same thing over and over again. Oh yeah, this is the stage where they introduce the Thai kickboxing enemies. Yeah, there is a hidden set of options at the beginning of the game as well, which allows you to pick 2 extra difficulties. One that's even easier and one that's even harder. It also allows you to set the maximum starting lives to 9 rather than 5. Ow. The highest difficulty in the base game is just called hardest, and then there's another one that they called Mania. Now, Will you stop? Had to do that. Now, back in the day, I did almost beat the game in Mania difficulty. I mean, with cheats, it's a piece of cake to do. Oh, we've got Barben again. People moan and complain about the reuse of bosses as base enemies. But back in the day, that was about seeing characters that you fought as a boss previously as a normal enemy was quite the stress-inducing. Especially if they didn't tone them down. No sword. I mean, back in the day, reuse of enemies for later parts of the game was like standard practice. Like this here. Same thing as I did with Jet previously. Right. Something I just noticed there, there's a fire axe in the back there. And there's no axe weapon available in the game that you can use. Right. Ow. Let's just get rid of him. Throwing the sword doesn't do anywhere near as much damage as just using it normally. And I'm about to lose another life, I think. Oh, and I'm going on. Right, now for the boss. This is another kickboxer who's, again, similarly a pain. I know that uses up a small amount of my health. Right, now one good hit and I'm down. Darn it. Yeah, this guy can actually break out of combos. He's a kind of boss that you can easily lose multiple lives to. And I think I may... Yep, I'm going to lose a life to him. I hate that combo he does when he grabs you. Thought Yep, pulls him. Just about. Right, stage 5. I remember back in the day, because this was actually the first Mega Drive game I ever played. That was a great one to start with. I spent such a long time playing this game over and over again to try and beat it. Because I did not want to beat it on the lower difficulties. I have actually beat it on the lower difficulties, just for the... I really hate those guys. Just remembered about this game as well. I played around with an action replay to try and see if it was possible to get other characters that were playable, and although it wasn't completely against it, the game did crash every time I tried to load in. Another thing I tried to do was gain access to the alternative costumes as well, because in the dual mode you can both play as the same character, but player 2 has a different colour scheme. And I wanted to see whether I could actually unlock that in single player. But again, I wasn't able to get that to do anything without it crashing. Oh, darn it. Quite a few of them here. Really annoying that the camera just insists on moving, and yet it's still possible to that should be all of them there. I think there's going to be another moment of fighting a Zanza again, which is the boss of stage 3, I think. Gourmand, what a name for a rather large individual. Should have known that was going to happen. Just a little bit more damage and... That guy had such little health there. Right, okay. I'm not sure sure if I'm going to have enough lives to be able to finish the game. That'll be unfortunate. Hello. Oh. Okay, these two as a double team are fine. So press jump. Okay. Live low left, that's what I started the game with. Now, I might gain one here. Yep. I think I'm going to gain one at 500,000 points as well. Yeah, getting some strange pausing with the game. Don't know what's causing that. It could actually be what I mentioned earlier about the frame rate. Because the emulator is running at 50 FPS because this is the European version of this game. All those explosions. Come on. Come on. Come on. Thank you. There's going to be another Electro, I believe. Come out soon. Yep. I've actually gained two lives since I last mentioned about them. Oh. Onto the elevator section now, I think. I need the healing. And I think, yeah, this is stage 7. Means we're not far off the end of the game. It's easy to forget how short some of these older games were. Because we remember them taking such a long time. Ooh. Let's. They kind of rely on bringing their numbers down, and when their numbers are high, ooh, yeah, I'm definitely gonna lose another life this level. Just a question of how far can I go before it happens. There you go. Sawyer, what a name. Yeah, I'm probably going to lose yet another life. Yeah, we did play them over and over again. Partly because we didn't have better games then. I mean, there were a lot of really, really good games, but we didn't have quite the ones we have now. Yet these two bosses are a pain. I love the sound effects of being whacked in the head by that. I forgot I didn't have enough health left. Yeah, I'm probably going to lose just another life. One of them's dead. Okay. Yeah, no slow-mo finish. Okay. 5 lives left again, and on to the final stage. I'd like to try and beat this guy without dying. Not sure if I'm going to be able to manage that. I might. Right, so next into an elevator. And that will lead us up to the final fight. I forgot to do the landing. Like that. Ow. One more hit and I'm down. Just like that. Keep getting knocked out of the musical. I put my health doing this. Okay. Right, there's going to be another Aberdeen, I think. There he is. Let's see if I can do the same thing as before. Oh, 2 lives left. Right, okay. Yeah, this is the one that I don't know if I'm going to be able to win. This guy is a pain. Stop grabbing me. Right. Straight away he kills me. Can I do it? Can I do it? Yep. And he's Australian. And I get an extra life. Well, that was yeah, that was quick. Yeah, I never bother putting games in because these games never stored your high scores. As soon as you switch the game off, they're gone. Oh, I'm actually quite tired of that. Yeah, that was fun. Fun going back to it again. And here you get the actual story. Adam had been kidnapped and kept to one side. Adam was a bit of an odd character because he was in the original game, but he didn't make a proper reappearance until Streets of Rage 4. So like, what was it? Nearly 30 years later. And the fans were saying, can we play as Adam again? Yeah. So when Streets of Rage 3 was being done, people were saying we want to play as Adam, but he was barely even in the game. I think he was in some of the cutscenes, and he may have appeared towards the end, but he wasn't a playable character. Now, fans who did modded versions of games, there was the Streets of Rage remake project that actually got hit with a cease and desist from Sega after they had spent 8 years or something working on it. They were about to release their final version, and Sega whacked them with it. You couldn't be much more dickish than that. But they'd actually done their own custom artwork for Adam to make him a playable character. And then upgraded his combat style from the first game to kind of work with the second and third ones. And as I say, it wasn't until Streets of Rage 4, which was a fan project effectively. I think that what they did was they threw together a prototype proof of concept, and then showed it to Sega saying, here, we've put this together, we'd like to do something with it. How do you feel about us using the Streets of Rage license? And Sega allowed them to do it. I'd say it's still one I need to get. I'm not sure what I think of the modernisations of it. The way they redid the visual style was something I wasn't too keen on for Streets of Rage 4. So that's one of the reasons why I haven't got it yet. Now, I might as well pause the emulator here because it is rather late there. Yeah, it's about 20 to 10 now, so kind of like the normal time I would finish. I'm probably going to split this stream into 2 separate VODs because they're 2 separate games to put on YouTube. That would also give me an extra video to upload. So I may actually start doing that going forward, thinking about it. Where I've got my break halfway through, actually use that as a break for future streams so I can have 2 videos. And that'd at least give shorter videos to for people to watch. I mean, they'll still be like an hour and a half each. But it might also be necessary for me to try and make sure that the each half is about the same. So that could be tricky. Because I usually start around about 7 and then I have my break half 8. But then I'm finishing before 10, so I might have to have my break a little bit earlier. But food for thought later. But anyway, let's get my finishing screen set up. That has been quite fun. Finishing Carrier, that was a surprise how quickly that got to its end. I mean, looking at how much of the map there was left, I was expecting there to be... I was expecting next week to be the one where I finished it that quickly. Yeah, I wasn't expecting it to be tonight. So, yeah, I think they probably should have done a bit more work on Manning's story arc to try and get more content in there, because it really almost feels like an afterthought. Especially considering the fact that you have to take your complete save game or your clear save game and load it to start her story arc. So there are probably, as I mentioned earlier, there are probably people who reviewed the game, but they didn't actually play into her story. So they only played Jack's and then only got half the story, and so didn't get the proper ending. Yeah. It's painfully obvious that it was inspired by Resident Evil 2 with the A and B scenarios. I mean, that game is gargantuan when you consider the A and B scenarios, because you start the game as either Claire or Leon, and when you beat the game as one of those two, you can then play the B scenario for the opposite character, because in the opener of the game, they both then meet up early on, and then they end up in a car, but then there's a car crash. Now, depending on which character you selected will determine whether the car spins or not, or which way round the car ends up. Because what will happen is, if I remember correctly, the way the game starts off is you have a view looking down at where the car's crashed. And on the right-hand side of the screen, although that's going to look like my left on the camera because I've got it flipped, On the right hand side of the screen is where you start off as with the character you've chosen. When you start the B scenario, you end up on the other side. But because they did it for both Claire and Leon, there are 4 scenarios to play through, which made it an absolutely enormous game. And it's one of the reasons why when Resident Evil 3 came out and there was only the one scenario with Jill, people were complaining that there wasn't as much content. Now, people made a similar complaint with the remake of Resident Evil 2 and 3, because for 2, they went ham and recreated the whole thing with both the A and B scenarios. But then Resident Evil 3, they actually left out content from the original game. There was the Mercenaries mode that a lot of people really loved that was left out. Now, for me, the Mercenaries mode isn't really something that appealed to me. I'm not a big fan of the challenge modes in those kind of games. I only enjoy challenge modes for games I really, really enjoy the gameplay, fully enjoy. Things like the Batman Arkham games or Sekiro. I wish there were some challenge things that you could do in Sekiro outside of just challenges that you set yourself. But yeah, I'm rambling on, aren't I? Anyway, let's switch the camera back to just me. Oh, so let's have a look, see, is there anyone worth raiding? Oh, Garlips is playing the chant. Yeah, let's actually jump over to him to see if he is still going. So I don't want to jump into his stream to find out he's coming to an end. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, we are going to raid good old Garlips. Let's just check to make sure I've set things up right. Yeah. Okay, so just to finish some things off, shall we? Yeah, I've hang on, sorry, just doing things on my screen. Yeah, I've got my YouTube. That is linked below if you would like to go over there and give a subscribe. The VOD for this stream, the 2 halves of it are going to be uploaded. The first one will be for Sunday midday GMT. When I'm going to get the other one for, I don't know yet, because I've literally only just decided I'm going to do it. So I just have to figure out when to do it. It might be later in the week, maybe Tuesday or Wednesday. Kind of like spread things out a little bit. Other than that, yeah, there is my Discord. Playlists from YouTube. There are a whole load of those linked, including the playlists for this for Carrier that is going to have its final one now, and playlists for the other VODs I've done before of whole streams. There's my Duke Nukem series with Dragon Age Origins. That was quite fun to do. My Discord, if people would like to come and chat during the week, please give me a bit of time to respond. I'm not hugely active on there at the moment. I'm a bit of an introvert, so interacting with people can be a bit tricky for me. So if you do go on there and comment, please don't just disappear because I haven't responded within 5 minutes. Okay, so I could also be asleep because I am in the UK and I know a lot of people out there in America and I might be asleep at the same time. There is also my book as well. You may have spotted Nightbot mentioning about that in the chat. If you're on Twitch Live right now, if you're on the VOD, then that will be in the description below if you would like something to read. Other than all of that, next week, I've already decided what game I'm going to be playing. In some ways, I'm quite glad that Carrier has finished so quickly because it means I can jump into this game because it's a game I've been wanting to play for a very long time and never got round to because of issues with the original translations that were done. I'll explain fully next week, but I'm going to do it as a mystery game stream. So I'm not going to say what it is beforehand. I'm going to go live and then I'm literally just going to switch to the game, run the intro of the game literally for the console. I'm going to pause the emulator just as the game, well, actually just as the system is loading up so you can see the whole intro. There's going to be a lot of explaining to do with the particular version I'm using because it has been modded. But other than that, oh yeah, timing, obviously. Friday, 7 p.m. GMT, if you would like to catch me there. Yeah, if you'd like to catch me live on Twitch again, that's when I will be live. Give us a follow if you'd like to have notifications. I think that's everything. My rambling is done. So, yeah, If you would like to join me in raiding Garlips, I'll be sticking around for a short while to chat and see what's going on with the game he's playing. I believe he's still going. Yep, still going. Yeah, if you would like to join me, then stick around in chat and join me in the raid. Otherwise, have a good weekend, have a good week, and I shall hopefully see you next week. Bye.